The world is watching.
Hi guys, it's Dave in real life and welcome to UNMISSABLE. Yeah, unfortunately no matches announced for SmackDown tonight, so we'll do another UNMISSABLE special. And today's episode is, of course, as Tony Khan made AEW a joke. Obviously we've seen the backlash from Wednesday and that footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry. Honestly, this has not worked well for AEW in any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it has made them look like a complete plonkers. Yeah, this is backlash from all corners of the wrestling community. Yeah, this was a bad move by Tony Khan, in my opinion. As much as we can have a look at how the situation has worked out, I mean, there's no good side to any of this, to be quite honest with you. But I feel that when you're using your TV show to make a message, it's pretty poor, to be quite honest with you. And it's a message that has backfired because people like CM Punk even more now. Yeah, of course, if you don't know, this is about that CM Punk situation backstage at All In London, where him and Jack Perry had an altercation. This should never be shown. What happens backstage with these wrestlers should never be made public, in my opinion. These are CCTV footage, which, yeah, this is kind of a grey area for me. This is stuff what should be kept in-house and should have never been shared on any kind of platform. But that's just me. And the fact that they're using that exact CCTV footage as a part of a feud, an angle between FTR and the Young Bucks. Really? That's how low you have to go? That you can't tell a story, a proper story, a wrestling story, without digging yourself into the biggest massive hole ever. I mean, Tony Khan has lost all respect from me, and Booker of the Year. I mean, I can think of stronger words to call him, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, this is not me just backing CM Punk, because, yeah, he was in the wrong. He should have never laid hands on Jack Perry in that situation, and especially not in front of his boss. So, yeah, CM Punk deserved to get fired, that's for sure. But the backlash from this, no, he doesn't deserve this, not at all. In fact, Jack Perry should be also one what's fired from AEW for getting involved in that situation in the first place. But, you know, that's not what we're talking about here. Obviously, this all started on the MMA show with, I'm going to say his name completely wrong, so please forgive me already, Ariel Awani, I believe he's called. Yeah, he has CM Punk. Yeah, this MMA show is just not canon with WWE. It is him talking to the wrestler in real life. So this is not a scripted WWE segment. So this is not on WWE TV. You can go and watch that interview on YouTube without any subscription or anything like that. So yeah, he asked the question about the backstage footage. Punk gave his insight to what happened, which obviously has now angered AEW for some reason. So they felt that they needed to put the actual footage out there on TV, and they've used this Young Bucks FTR storyline to be able to do that. So in that argument, you've got WWE superstar CM Punk did it on a talk show, which was not WWE owned, and talked openly about something that had happened backstage. Tony Khan used his TV show to answer back. Who's in the right here? Surely if Tony Khan wanted to show this footage and put it out in the media, he should have got a press conference or something of that nature and done it away from his TV show. I mean, the fact that he's used his TV show to have a shot at CM Punk is pathetic and makes him look like a complete clown, in my opinion. This is just, honestly, it's not done AEW any good at all. Tony Khan needs to move out of the limelight. I've said this 1,000 times. He needs to back away. He might own this company, but he does not need to be involved. Leave it to people who actually know what they're doing. Cheap shots is not the way forward. And to kind of further a point on the cheap shots, Will Ospreay showed up on the show. I mean, honestly, we've got Tony Schiavone's reaction here. He did not like this at all. Renee Paquette didn't like what Will Ospreay had to say, who had an attack on Triple H, Paul Levesque, in his segment. I mean, look, cheap shots are part and parcel of wrestling, I get it. But this is using your TV show to make a point or an attack on another TV show. When Paul Levesque said stuff about Will Ospreay, it was at a press conference, which is not WWE. And it kind of, the wrestlers used that as like a proper like interview or proper post interview, if you get what I mean. It's not scripted per se, or some of it is. It depends on what wrestler wants to say. Honestly, go back and watch WrestleMania press conference night 2 and you'll see The Rock talk candidly about what had gone off. I think it was night 1, sorry, about what had gone off at night 1, and spoke properly rather than it being kayfabe, if you get what I mean. But yeah, obviously this has just wound me up something chronic over the last couple of days. I don't really care about AEW, you know I don't. We don't cover AEW on the channel. But the fact that they've gone and done this backhanded way of using this bloody footage just to get views, just to get them talked about, I think is sad and pathetic and makes Tony Khan look like an absolute clown. I know there's going to be AEW diehards will probably even love this, but I don't know how you could love this. If WWE was doing these kind of cheap shots, you would be like saying the exact same thing as me. Get Triple H out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I just think this is pathetic. It's really shows how babyish AEW, or not just AEW, because I don't think a lot of their wrestlers are in on this. I think it's just Tony Khan. I think Tony Khan should just give it to somebody else to look after, you know, fund it, do all that, and just stop being involved. It's time for Tony Khan to get a rain check and be told that enough is enough. He is going to end up burying this wrestling company if he continues going the way he is. We don't need this. We don't want this. AEW is a completely different entity to what WWE is. We need them both to exist for wrestling as it is so good right now. It's so exciting and so fresh that we need the competition between these two to keep it the way that it is. Way Tony Khan is going about it now, this company will be dead and buried in a year's time. It needs to stop. Tony Khan needs to stop. This is not his vehicle to get his point of view across. There's other ways. But anyway, let me know what you think of all this. I mean, it's an absolute clown circus. I don't like any of it, if I'm being brutally honest. The CM Punk situation was last year and should stay last year. We shouldn't be talking about it in 2024. I find it ridiculous, really do. I just want to watch good wrestling. It really has put me off watching AEW full stop. I just don't like the pettiness. Will Ospreay should know better. He's been in the business long enough to know that cheap swipes is just not the way to go. And he could use other platforms for that. I mean, we've got X, where people talk their opinions all the time. He could have just hit that instead of doing it on TV. It just shows that the level of WWE to AEW really is. WWE stand a million miles above AEW in that respect. Anyway, like I said, I'm waffling on because I could go on about this for hours and hours and hours. Make sure you join me for that SmackDown watch along later, where you can get your thoughts and feelings across in that live stream. And of course, if you can't make it to that live stream, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this madness, this craziness. Has Tony Khan made AEW a joke? Yes, he has. Big time. He is, he should quit while he's ahead. Anyway, that's my opinion. I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time. Bye for now.